Can you hear me? Well, welcome everyone. The Hoover Board of Education meeting is now called to order. If you choose to do so, please join me in a moment of silent prayer. Thank you.
I'd like everyone now to stand for the pledge. Salute and pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dr. Jarnigan, thank you for the use of Spank Park Auditorium tonight. Theater, we really appreciate you letting us do this. John Lyda, if you'll wave at everybody. Councilman John Lyda, is there any other councilman in the audience tonight? You have before you the agenda for today's board meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is approved. At this time, we have our recognition part of the program. Brian Kane. Brian, where are
I'm
you?
actually going to stand in for him tonight.
Okay. So Brian's not here?
I believe so.
Okay, Jason Gaston is going to recognize a special group of students and their teacher, Dan Cater.
Thank you, Ms. Frazier. I'm Jason Gaston, coordinator of public relations for the school system, and it's no secret we have so many incredible fine arts programs, and one such program stands before you tonight. This is the Simmons Middle School Show Choir, Synergy. It's led by Mr. Dan Cater. He's been with the school system 4 years and led them to many successes, two of which have happened just in the past few weeks. They came in first in the Capital City Classic in Montgomery, and before that, they came in first in the Platinum Showcase in Cleveland, Tennessee. Mr. Cater, give him up there, he can share a little more, and then we're going to have a number from these students.
Well, it's such an honor for us to be here tonight to perform for you all. I want to give you a little bit of background on our show. Our competition show this year was based on the theme of the Odyssey, and we used popular current music to portray scenes from the epic poem, the Odyssey. And so we had Odysseus and his men escape the burning city of Troy and encounter all sorts of various dangers and scary things as represented by the girls and all of their costume changes that they did. The song we're going to sing for you all tonight happens in the middle of our show when we sort of pause in the chaos and we sing a song called Story of My Life by One Direction. And it's meant to be reflective. The men who are Odysseus' crew are longing to return home and be reunited with their families. And so we're going to sing that for you now. And we'll have two soloists, Sam Tedisco and Celia Simpson.
Be my Story of my life. I give her hope until we're broke inside. The story of my life. Story of
I've been waiting for this time to come around.
But when we're running after you, it's like chasing the clouds. The story of my life. I'll find my way home. I'll sail all night to keep her warm in time. It's frozen. The story of my life. The story of my life. The story of my life. I give her hope
I'll spend his love
until we're broke inside. The story of my life. The story of my life. The story of my life. The story of my life.
Thank you all so much.
If I can, before you guys leave, this is also the group that made the little YouTube video that went viral Snow Day. I don't know how much Miss Kincaid had to do with it or his GoFundMe, but I know Miss Kincaid was part of it and a lot of the students. So another great job by you guys.
Isn't that a great reminder while everyone in this room does what we do? One of the greatest joys of my job, and I don't have a lot of them, but one of the greatest joys of my job is Ron assigned me teacher recognition. And I could not be more proud of anything I do than to be able to facilitate honoring the people who I think make our district great. And so tonight we're going to honor some of our finest teachers, and we have a bunch of them. So the first group we want to recognize this evening are our building level teachers of the year. And so just so you know, from the it's actually the National Teacher of the Year document, the purpose of this particular program is to annually honor and recognize excellence in the teaching profession by identifying outstanding Alabama classroom teachers at local, district, and state levels. And those of you who have been in Hoover for a long time know that our district has a very long, storied, and successful track record having our teachers to progress into further levels of this competition. But tonight, we want to recognize our building level teachers of the year. I want to ask you to hold your applause until they're all recognized. And when I call a teacher's name, if you're an administrator from that school or you're a family member of that teacher being recognized, would you please stand in their honor as they come to the front? So teachers, when I call your name, come up here, get a certificate from Dr. Dodson, and stay up here at the front until you're all have been recognized. From Berry Middle School, the Berry Middle School Teacher of the Year nominee is Jonathan Snyder. And a lot of folks couldn't come on down to their next call. A lot of them can't come because they have different things. Thank you, Chris, very much. From Blood Park Elementary School, Beth Ullman. From Brock's Gap Intermediate School, Leanne Rowe. From Deer Valley Elementary School, Robin Sellers. From Green Valley Elementary School, Julie Strength. From Greystone Elementary, Melody Green. From Gwynn Elementary School, Beth Lyda. From Hoover High School, Susan Norris. From Bumpus Middle School, Adrian Fitzpatrick. From River Chase Elementary School, Kinsley Hyde. From Rocky Ridge Elementary School, Ashley Waring. From Shades Mountain Elementary School, Carla Marchant. From Simmons Middle School, Kian Williams. And he told me he had a former engagement. From South Shades Crest Elementary School, Peggy Eason. And their faculty is having a dinner tonight. And the last two I'm going to recognize are also very special folks, because not only are they their school's Teacher of the Year, but they also are representing our district as the Hoover City Schools Teachers of the Year. And our high school representative for secondary school is Tasha Caston Smith from Spain Park High School. And the Trace Crossing Teacher of the Year and the Hoover City Schools Elementary Teacher of the Year is Manette Wiggins. And why don't you give them all a big round of applause? They know they come to work on time. They know they stay after the day is over. They know the difference they make for children. And they've been represented to be some of our best. And I am so proud of you and thank you for everything you do for students in Hoover City Schools. So now we will recognize our JSU Hall of Fame nominees. And to give you some background on what this particular recognition program is about, Halls of Fame honoring sports, political, and industrial figures have become fairly common in recent years. Now Jacksonville State University has taken this idea and given it a new and long overdue twist. The school has inaugurated the Teacher Hall of Fame. The great work done by classroom teachers is often overlooked or taken for granted while attention is directed toward fancy new teaching aids or gadgets. There had never been, and very likely will never be, any substitute for the teacher who can open the mind of a child to the wonders of the world. So here are our JSU Hall of Fame nominees. From Berry Middle School, Kimberly McDaniel. Please hold your applause to the end. From Bluff Park Elementary School, Nancy McGowan. From Rock Scout Intermediate School, Julie Taylor. Deer Valley Elementary School, Betty Wilson. From Green Valley Elementary School, Laura Lacey. From Greystone Elementary School, Wayne Roberson. From Gwynn Elementary School, Stacy Osborne. From Hoover High School, Danelle Cash. From River Chase Elementary School, Angela Rogers. From Rocky Ridge Elementary School, wait, I'm gonna hold that one, excuse me. Shades Mountain Elementary School, Perry Wright. From Simmons Middle School, Reed Lockamy. From South Shades Crest Elementary School, Haley Jett. She's at the same dinner as well. From Trace Crossings Elementary, Angela Roebuck. And from this very, very distinguished group of teachers, it was our task to choose a district nominee for the JSU Hall of Fame from all three, elementary, middle, and high. And the Rocky Ridge Elementary and Hoover City Schools Elementary JSU Hall of Fame nominee is Amy Willis. The Bumpus Middle School and Hoover City Schools JSU Hall of Fame nominee is Alice Davidson. And the Spain Park High School and the Hoover City School High School JSU nominee is Dr. Pamela Harmon. And we have received notification that Ms. Davidson and Dr. Harmon have been selected as JSU finalists, and they will be interviewing for the actual induction into the JSU Hall of Fame. So best wishes to them. Thank you all so much. Governor Bentley has declared this week Alabama National Board Certified Teacher Week. And I asked Dr. Reese, would he be open to, since this week was going to be that week of recognition, could we in Hoover recognize our National Board Certified Teachers? And he said, yes, ma'am. The answer I love to hear. So we want to recognize our National Board Certified Teachers this evening, and we will begin with a video that tells you a little bit about the process.
At Trace Crossings Elementary School, Tammy Pukta works a math puzzle with first graders. It's a job she loves, a vocation totally transformed by the National Board Certification process.
It's one of the best things I've ever done, though. I mean, in terms of professional development. Throughout that process, you are answering, what am I teaching? Why am I teaching it? And how is this going to benefit student learning?
Tammy received her certification nearly 16 years ago. She joins around 150 other Hoover City Schools teachers who have gained National Board Certification, including Hoover High School's Chad Cooley.
It's one of those things that you start off very, very tentative, and once you get about halfway through, you wonder why the heck you did it in the first place. But then once you finish it, then you're very proud. You want to tell everybody that you did it. you're proud that you finished the process, but it is not something to take lightly. The biggest thing for me was to be able to be more, I guess, purposeful about what I was teaching and why I was teaching it. The biggest thing that National Board made me do is evaluate that part of my teaching.
At 15% certified, the Hoover school system has the state's highest percentage of board-certified teachers. Nationally, 3% of teachers have achieved certification. The National Board for Professional Teaching Standards administers certification. It's a lengthy, performance-based, peer-review process. It focuses on 5 core propositions. Teachers are committed to students and their learning. Teachers know the subjects they teach and how to teach those subjects to students. Teachers are responsible for managing and monitoring student learning. Teachers think systematically about the practice and learn from experience. And lastly, teachers are members of learning communities. Hoover's National Board Certified teachers take these core propositions to heart. They've come together as innovative, collaborative learning communities and in turn help create high student achievement across Hoover.
Having gone through the National Board process, it makes a teacher, and it made me a very reflective practitioner. With every lesson, with every activity, with every assessment, I continually ask myself, is this working? Why is it working? And it became a natural part of teaching.
I think by becoming a National Board Certified teacher, I learned the power and the impact in collaborating with colleagues and stakeholders. As a National Board Certified teacher, I learned to become more reflective in my teaching practices.
You put your blood, sweat, and tears into this. And so I think you learn so much about yourself and about your teaching process because it is so difficult and it is so rigorous.
It was an intensive process, a very revealing process. I probably spent about 100 hours of going through paper and really evaluating my process as a teacher.
I think now, how is this lesson going to impact my students? Is this lesson engaging? Are my directions clear? All these questions now go through every lesson I prepare. I had taught 17 years before I went through this process, and I so wished I had done it earlier.
Educators across Hoover hope to shatter even more records. As they do, their current achievements have already caught the attention of the National Board and its president.
Hi, everyone. I'm Peggy Brookins. I'm the Executive Vice President of the National Board and a Nationally Board Certified teacher. Personally, and on behalf of the National Board, I'd like to extend a hearty congratulations to the 2 new National Board Certified teachers in Hoover City Schools, as well as the 5 MBCTs who renewed their certification. I hope you're savoring this moment. You deserve it. To the new MBCTs, Sabrina and Emily, this is the first day of the rest of your career as a Nationally Board Certified teacher. To the 5 renewed, Pamela, Mary, Amber, Susan, Manette, you are models of lifelong learning. Today, we celebrate your achievements as individuals, as accomplished teachers whose practice has surpassed the profession's highest standard. None of you got here on your own. You drew support and inspiration from your colleagues, from your administrators, from your friends and family, and from your Teachers Association. I want to recognize all of those people as well. Hoover City Schools has historically had a strong candidate support system, and we look forward to building that up again. With 147 MBCTs currently working in Hoover City Schools, which is 15% of your teaching workforce, you are a model for the nation. This is the largest percentage of any district in Alabama. It far exceeds the 3% of teachers who are board certified nationally. Research shows the students of board certified teachers learn more than their peers. That's why states like Alabama offer incentives for teachers to become board certified. I know that Hoover City MBCTs are working with a diverse and in many cases a high needs student population. We are proud of your work to close the achievement gap. The stronger we are in numbers, the closer we can get to this goal. Teaching can learn from professions like medicine. For doctors, board certification is the norm, and it's widely recognized as a public assurance that a practitioner is highly accomplished. The National Board is working with many partners to ensure that every teacher is on the path to achieving board certification. That expectation begins with pre-service teacher preparation. We have a long way to go to realize our vision, and we look forward to working with you to get there. Again, congratulations, and thank you for what you do every day for your students, for your community, and for the profession.
So at this time, I would like to recognize our National Board Certified Teachers. We are not going to call 147 names. So I'm going to ask them to come in groups. And the first group I would like to ask to come, if your first certification was prior to year 2000, would that group of folks come forward, please? Here are your pioneers. So these 1999 people, that actually was my class as well, and you might want to ask some of them if they ever went to the governor's mansion and had an interesting experience. So I'll just leave it at that. For those of you who certified from 2000 to 2004, first time, would you come forward, please? Yeah. And board members and Dr. Reese, I wanted to call this group up because the life of a National Board Certificate is 10 years. And so the people you see up here not only have achieved certification for the first time, but they have also gone through the renewal process as well. So this would be the mark for that. All right, everyone who was a board certified teacher from 2005 until 2010, would you please come on down? And for those of you wondering what happened between 2005 and 2010, I have the answer for you. Part of the same capital project that was the 1-cent sales tax in Jefferson County, there was a $5 million grant to promote. Y'all come on and get in front of each other and stuff. Okay, there we go. And these teachers had support at that time to undergo the process. Okay. All right. If you have been now, Sabrina and Emily, I want you to wait because you are special recognizees. But if you are not Emily and Sabrina, and you were a board certified teacher between 2011 and 2013, 14, whatever that year would be, would you come on down? And I want to recognize our newest National Board Certified teachers, those that just received their certification this past fall. And they are Sabrina Stanley from Hoover High School and Emily Nelson from Rocky Beach. It was Jason and my goal in the video to try to talk about what a transformative process this is and how the ultimate beneficiaries of teachers undergoing this process are our students. The one thing that I can tell you about the National Board process is it does not matter if it's an activity, if it's an objective, if it is an assessment, if it is a PD opportunity, if it's talking to parents. If you cannot prove that it has an impact on student learning, it is not National Board worthy. And sometimes working in all the positions that we all work, sometimes I think we forget the big old elephant in the room, and that is that we work to help students to learn and achieve. And that is the focus of this process. And I want you to know it's very rare. I mean, we are a very anomaly in the United States of America to have 947 certified teachers in K through 12, and for 147 of them to own the title of a National Board Certified teacher. Hoover City Schools, we really have something to be proud of. And teachers, I'm so proud of you and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Ms. Dunn, and congratulations to everyone. Very impressive. You have the minutes from the regular board meeting of February the 9th, 2015, and called board meetings of February the 10th and 23rd, 2015. Do I have a motion to approve these minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Next is the personnel report. Any questions for Ms. Williams? If not, do I have a motion to approve the personnel report?
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The personnel report is approved. Next is the business items. Any questions for Ms. Ante? If not, do I have a motion to approve the business actions?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The business actions are approved. Next, we have the proposed 2015-2016 school calendar. We appreciate very much the feedback from the public. As a matter of fact, I believe there were 57 emails that we received. And the board members, we took the 57 emails and broke them down, and each one of us, at least one person on the board has read all of the emails and reported back to the rest of the board. Are there any questions for Ms. Green regarding the calendar? If not, do I have a motion to approve the 2015-2016 school calendar?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The school calendar is approved. Next is the instructional program policy change. Dr. Dotson presented the proposed change in grade weight at the February board meeting. Are there any questions for Dr. Dotson?
Any impact from your UAB meeting on any of this?
Not on that particular policy change, but lots of impact on the meeting, yes, sir.
Any other comments or questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve this policy change?
So moved.
Do I have a second? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The instructional program policy change is approved. At this time, are there any informational reports, Dr. Reed?
Madam President, a couple of things. I was going to congratulate all the teachers who were recognized tonight, but I see most of them have left. I was going to point out that several of them recognized for the Hall of Fame, and I was going to point out that I was recognized one time as the Hall of Shame. My first year of teaching, I was 24 years old and was trying to teach 17 and 18-year-old juniors and seniors, and I don't think I taught them much. As a matter of fact, I hate to see any of those students today that were in my class. The other thing I was going to point out, the weather. I know that I brought all this cold weather from Enterprise. I apologize for that, but hopefully the cold weather is leaving us. Now we can look forward to the rainy weather. The 2 days that were canceled were state of emergency days, so we will not have to make those days up. I know the teachers and students hate that. We would like to thank the government of the state for declaring those 2 days state of emergency days. That's all I have, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Reese. Any new business? I'll start out with an update. Got an email today from Kendi Behrens, our superintendent search committee head. She gave me a lot of information today. Here's the statement. The search is proceeding on target. We are continuing to contact potential applicants. Others are responding to the posting and completing the application. The posting announcement has been disseminated far and wide, and we continue to receive inquiries. So that's all I have to report at this time. If you remember correctly, on April the 14th, Dr. Jarnigan will permit us to do so. 5 candidates will be revealed to us at a special call board meeting here at Spain Park High School. So I'd love for everybody to be here, to be a part of this time. Is there anything else under new business, gentlemen? If not, do we have any public participation tonight? Mr. Singer?
Co-curricular activities are a very important part of the education process. And I want some clarification on something that I have heard. Traditionally, the various clubs and teams, etc., engage in fundraising in order to be able to complete some of the activities that they're engaged in. Am I understanding that the sale of bagels is hereby prohibited? Some clarification on that, please.
Is that for one particular school or?
Who's the question addressed to?
To whoever could possibly answer.
You know the reason Mr. Singer kept presenting about
in conjunction with the school lunch program, things cannot be sold in schools during lunchtime periods, during traditional service periods, because they then compete with the school lunch program. Things have to be sold outside of that time frame. So it may be that the instance you're referring to was a time when it would have been in competition with the school lunch program. That is not a Hoover City School rule. That is in part of the federal rule regulations over the school lunch program.
Right, and I noticed in doing the research that each state sets its own objectives. And, you know, if there are restrictions, one of them would be something I've seen for several states, and that is to allocate 4 times during the school term for, each group to be able to do their thing so that there's not competition.
Well, I'll certainly pass that on to Ms. Bonner. She's our director of the Child Nutrition Program, and she can discuss it at the state level.
But I'm glad to hear that, I certainly understand that not to be in competition with the school lunch program, but would that also encompass the breakfast?
Yes.
Okay, because while there are students that take buses and students who don't take buses, not everybody who comes to school and who doesn't qualify for free or reduced meals has a proper breakfast at home. And so being able to
They can
get a
purchase.
bagel
They can
or-
purchase breakfast from our cafeteria
They
during
can?
that time. Yes,
Okay.
it's available. The breakfast is available to anyone as is lunch.
Okay, thank you very much. That answers.
Thank you, Mr. Singer. Is there anyone else? Yes, sir.
Hello. My name is Dustin Chandler. My daughter Carly Chandler attends Trace Crossings. This is more of a question to see if something can be done. I guess it could be a little borderline as a complaint. As Dr. Reeves, I believe is his last name, was stating how we haven't had so much rain. We're canceling schools for storms. We're taking my daughter to Trace Crossings and dropping her off in a wheelchair. For the last, 2 times I've taken her. There's no overhang at the back of the school where we drop my daughter off to attend school. She's non-ambulatory. I know she's not the first child in a wheelchair that's had this problem. I don't know why it hasn't been addressed yet. I would surely hope this is not a money issue, that every problem that is ever brought up, in my opinion, it always goes to budget. But we cannot treat children differently to allow my daughter to come to school in a wheelchair and get wet, or in the weather, or in the sleet. And I'm just asking for help. Is there anything that we can do at the back of the school to create an overhang? I understand the buses have to go back there too. Is Ms. Barber in?
Ms. Barber.
There she is. She may be able to answer more clearly. I know the buses have to go to the back as well. If a overhang or awning or carport is constructed, is there, I would assume we would want to have those buses that are dropping off kids be able to pull under that as well. I also am fully aware not all students that are dropped off back there are special needs students, and it's easy for them, and it's easy for some special needs students that are able to walk to be able to hold the umbrella over them and get them inside the building. But if you're in a wheelchair coming out to the car, you set the wheelchair aside, then you got to go in the car, get my daughter, get her out of the car, go back to the wheelchair, which is then soaking wet, put her in a wet wheelchair, and then get her inside the building. Excuse me. So I'm just asking the board or the school or somebody to help me in understanding 2 things. One, why hadn't anything been done? If it's ever been brought up to you guys, I don't know if it has. 2, is there anything that can be done and looked at for the future for not only my daughter, but for the kids that come behind my daughter to the school that are going to have the same issues that are non-ambulatory?
Would you give us an opportunity to talk to Ms. Barber, obviously?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah, just
Oh,
may want to
I'm
address
sorry, Ms.
it.
Barber, yes.
And there might be a good answer, and I just wanted to make sure we all brought that up.
No one had brought this to my attention before. Certainly, if it's a need, we can look into it, and I will look into it more. The preschool program is at our building temporarily. We had plans to move it to another location, so we weren't looking at, preschool is the only program that drops off in the back of the school. All the other children drop off in front of the school. We intentionally put the preschool children in the back of the school because that's where their classrooms are located. and coming in the back door is much more convenient for those little short legs. Otherwise, they've got a long walk through the school. We can look at that. We can certainly, I'll talk to Mr. Battles. Again, this is the first time it's been brought to my attention, and certainly we'll look at it. But because we weren't sure if preschool was going to stay in our building, we wouldn't want to make any kind of a structure out there unless it was designed to be a little bit more permanent. It appears now, since we're not going through rezoning, that it will stay in our building. So certainly I'll talk to Mr. Battles and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Ms. Barber.
And I just want to, and I don't know who brings it to her attention, we asked the teachers about it today to see if, hey, have y'all heard of this? And to us, the ones we had mentioned, which will remain nameless, said that, you know, they've asked for it, or it's been brought up, and just nothing has been done, probably because of the rezoning issue. But I'm just asking for it to be looked into, just in fairness to my daughter and obviously other kids like her that may come a few years down the road, and I just would appreciate it.
Is your daughter in the preschool program?
Yeah, she's in the preschool program.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Carol, I don't know, no intention to obligate you for anything, but is it reasonable or feasible? What time does pre-K start? What time does pre-K start? Same time. Same time? I was wondering if there may be a, almost additional duty or employee to come out there and assist with an umbrella. It's going to be raining all week, and usually have the same problem all week. If we had somebody who wanted to volunteer to
We have adequate personnel, and they're all back in the preschool area when the children are dropped off. So we are out there with the umbrellas, and there are lots of people there to help loading and unloading, whether it be bus or carpool. So there are people out there that help. Again, it's just, nobody's ever talked to me about it. I haven't been to it.
Yeah, I mean, during the year, until we look at the whole notion of bringing something back there.
We do. We have the umbrellas.
Yeah, and it's tough on the teachers too, you know, having to pick up a child, holding an umbrella and another one, and taking away resource. We just wanted to know if that could be looked into. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public participation tonight? If not, Mr. Sweeney has presented a certificate of compliance for the board to meet in executive session. Do I have a motion to do so?
So moved.
Do I have a second? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? If not, at this time, we will move into executive session, and the time is 6:25. Mr. Sweeney, how long do you anticipate us being in executive session?
Minimum of 1 hour.
Okay. We will return in about an hour. No action will be taken during executive session. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for being here tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.